Hi class, this is your teacher, Mrs. Amabile, and today we will be investigating the causes and culprits of the First World War. Ultimately, you will create a pie chart that allocates and defends culpability to at least 4 countries or individuals guilty in causing World War I. Technology will be used throughout this lesson to support and demonstrate your learning. We are now going to review the main causes of World War I. By the first decade of the 20th century, countries such as Great Britain, Germany, Russia, and France increasingly built up their industrial military forces with highly advanced weaponry. By 1914, the Central Powers consisted of the allyship between Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Turkey, and the Allied powers were made up of Great Britain, France, and Russia. Once one country declared war, the rest of the Allies followed suit like dominoes. These aggressor countries also had vast imperial empires by which they could enhance their military forces, utilizing and exploiting soldiers and resources from their vast colonial networks, turning what could have been a war in Europe to a global conflict. This, in combination with the rise of nationalism at the turn of the 20th century, led to a tinderbox in Europe, making it ripe for war. The assassination of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand by the Serbian nationalist Gavrilo Princip proved to be the final straw. Alright, what I want to do now is show you how to make a pie chart using Google Docs and Google Sheets so you can complete this assignment on the causes of World War I, in which you will allocate blame to at least 4 groups or individuals reasonably culpable in causing this First World War. So what you're going to notice on the direction sheet here is a link to an example that shows you on Google Docs what your pie chart should ultimately look like. On Google Docs, the first thing you're going to do at the top is go to Insert, Chart, then Pie Chart. What that will do is create a pie chart here to edit, and in the bottom left corner, you're going to hit Edit in Sheets. Give this just a moment to load, and what you will notice here is a table at the top, and in column A, we're going to first edit this to reflect the 4 countries or individuals we're going to place blame upon here. So let's take a moment to do that. Next, in this column, we are going to now type in the percent of blame that we're going to allocate to each group or individual. So let's take a moment to edit column B. Now what you should see below is the pie chart that you have now created. If you go back to Google Docs, click this template pie chart again and hit Update. What this will do is sync your chart with your sheets, and now you should see exactly what you've created. Back on this Google Sheet, you can take some time to edit the pie chart, including the title, the colors, and the font used. Otherwise, you should be in good shape. Okay, class, let us review what we have covered and demonstrated on the causes and culprits of the First World War. When recalling the causes of World War I, remember the acronym MAIN. This stands for militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism, all which greatly contributed to the outbreak of war in 1914. Next, your task was to evaluate 4 countries or individuals most culpable in leading the world to war in the form of a defensible pie of blame chart. With this pie chart, you were to include an explanation of how and why each culprit is guilty in causing the conflict. Plausible culprits could include Germany, Russia, Austria-Hungary, and Gavrilo Princip. Ultimately, your evaluation should showcase your nuanced understanding of the tribulations that led to the Great War in 1914, an event that would forever change the course of the 20th century. Let's take a moment to recap this lesson together. Today, you explored the causes in the First World War and evaluated culpability in sparking the Great Conflict. You were able to flex your research and technology skills while visually displaying the main culprits of World War I in a creative and an engaging fashion. Well done!